Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I'm a regular dude walking in the Word. We are concluding chapter 19 of Leviticus today, and it's entitled Respect for Others. Okay? And we're going to be reading here today from Leviticus chapter 32, verses through 37. Okay? It's a short section here, but it has a lot of stuff. And you read through it, and it's basically on respecting those around you. Okay? Honoring those around you. But sure, not treating them badly, okay? Verse 32, it says, "Stand up in the presence of the aged, show respect for the elderly, and revere your God. I am the Lord," okay? So we start off with respecting the older people, okay? That was a big thing in this time period with the Jewish people to honor the older people. We've kind of gotten away from that today, and like, oh no, they can just go off in the nursing homes and do whatever they want to do and stuff, and we've really gone away from that. But we need to honor those older than us and respect those older than us. So we start out with that. It says, "When a foreigner resides among you in your land, do not mistreat them. The foreigner residing among you must be treated as your native born. Love them as yourself, for you are foreigners in Egypt, and I am the Lord your God." Okay? That's a hard thing for us to do. We have foreigners that come into our land. I'm going to use the United States here. We have foreigners that come into the United States. They don't speak English quite the way I do. They don't work quite the way I do. They don't eat the same foods I do. And I want to mistreat them and go, oh, get out of here, you know? And but God is saying, he was saying it for the people of Israel, and it should be the same today here. You need to treat them with respect, and just like you would treat yourself. It says here, love them as yourself, for you are foreigners in Egypt. Okay? In the United States, you have the Native American Indians that were here. But the rest of us that came, we came from someplace, okay? So you always have to remember that. I came from someplace, and I was a foreigner, and I came into this land. And I'm glad people treated me with respect. I need to treat treat people with respect, the same respect that I got when my family first came to this country. Okay, so treat people with respect there. All right, let's move on. It says in verse 35, "Do not use dishonest standards when measuring length, weight, or quantity. Use honest scales and honest weights, an honest ephah and an honest tin. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt. Keep all my decrees and all my laws and follow them. I am the Lord." Okay, what was happening here is you would go to, say, the market there, and the guy would have two sets of scales. He would keep one behind the curtain there, and he'd have another one. And he'd when he was buying something, he'd take the one out from behind the curtain, and he'd go, "Oh yeah, this is the scale." And then he would weigh it out, and it wouldn't be not exactly right. It would be off to benefit him. Okay, then he would use another scale, and this scale would be the different. It's not that it wouldn't be the same standard. And when you were buying something from him, you'd go, "Hey, I want 2 pounds of blueberries or whatever." And he'd go, "Oh, okay, yeah, let me weigh that out for you." And you'd weigh it out, and he'd go, "Okay, here's 2 pounds of blueberries." And you'd get home and you'd be like, "Oh, that's only 1.5 pounds of blueberries." Well, that's his dishonest scales that he was doing. God was saying, you need to stay far away from doing that. It's dishonesty. Okay, it doesn't say in the Ten Commandments, don't use dishonest scales, but the standards of the Ten Commandments play out into this. The spirit of it actually plays out into it with not using dishonest scales. You're basically lying when you do that. Okay, so as we conclude this chapter 19 here, the basic thing here is this: respect others. Okay, I'm going to respect those older than me. I'm going to respect those that are native born, that aren't from here, and treat those people just like I want to be treated. And then when I'm buying and selling, I'm using the same standards, and I'm treating people with respect. Okay, I'm not using different things. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense with everything. Just respect others, really. So we conclude chapter 19 today. Join us tomorrow as we jump into chapter 20 of Leviticus here. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.